all we got the sport.
That's all we got the sport. Right, let's start properly. Guys, Grady Football Podcast coming tonight from the lovely Westercatcher, somewhere we've never been before.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
Something I've only just worked out today.
We've come here a few times outside of the podcast, and it's a great view on a sunny day. I mean, the summer we were down here.
Oh, summer's great out here, and I mean the nice thing, they've sorted us right out up here as well. Put us in our own little corner. The sunset. Sadly, the camera's not facing down west, but that over the sea's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a great spot.
This is
it's very Instagrammable.
It's lovely. Very nice. Anyway, we'll crack on. My name's Tom, as per. Joining me tonight are Grant, Jordan, and Chris. Welcome, guys. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about the Premier League? It's almost here. It's almost upon us finally.
Do you want me to start? Do you want me to start? How are you feeling?
You've got limited credits.
How are you feeling?
Hold all of it until the big thing. How are we feeling overall?
I can't wait.
I feel like there's been no Premier League for like 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
It seems like and even though we had the World Cup, it just feels like there's been such a long gap.
Yeah, this whole gap between, which has been nice, I'm not going to lie, but now all the old rivals are coming out and I'm starting to hate people again. Already. I'm not going to say anything, but we're almost there. But my battle's with the Championship, so you lot can crack on your own on that one.
But you still know how annoying I can be, Thomas.
Yeah, I think everyone watching knows how annoying you can be. Anyway, as we said, Premier League starting on Friday. And also it may have been a bit of a glorified friendly. However, Arsenal absolutely did City, didn't they? Let's be honest. You actually did well, and that's saying something for me, boys.
I mean,
that was a game for you guys.
I haven't sat for a long time and thoroughly enjoyed watching Arsenal play. I mean, obviously coming to the end of the last year's season and us just really grinding results and just taking them out, which is why we won the league. I think we ran the results out well, but to watch Arsenal actually come out and play like they had no pressure on them
for 90 minutes
for the whole time and just look like, I mean, I remember obviously watching Arsenal a couple of years ago, and I mean, I'm going to highlight one man which I know Chris is a huge fan of, obviously being a Norwegian, but Martin Odegaard, where has that been for the last 2 years? I mean, we'll have a conversation a bit. Do you think it could be Bruno Guimaraes? Do you think what's happened? But his performance yesterday was
he was exceptional.
Absolutely exceptional.
That's the best I've seen him play in years.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, no doubt.
How much of that, because we will kind of go in depth about both teams, how much of that was I believe Arsenal obviously played brilliantly yesterday. The City didn't really show up either, did they?
No. I mean, obviously for City, this is the start of a transition season with the manager change. You know, that's massive for them. But honestly, I did not expect them to turn out and be so crap.
Yeah.
Like, they looked, defensively, they looked terrible.
Yeah.
And coming forward, they didn't have much. Their ball retention was poor, their movement was poor. And I'm not trying to say that to take things away from Arsenal, because Arsenal did play really well, but also there was no response from City.
No.
Right? It's like you think, look, we're getting absolutely dicked here. We need to change.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
No, I mean, especially when you can see that early on.
Yeah.
Got on the second, it was 24 seconds in, wasn't it, Chris? You've got to do something. I know a lot of teams ain't going to go mad, but they didn't do anything from that point.
No, and Arsenal set the tone from the get-go, didn't they? And then just cracked on from there.
A minute in, and and the thing is as well, and I know you just said it as well, they had no answer. I mean, the fact of the first substitutes they made and Jack Grealish comes on for Doku.
Yeah.
What does that kind of say about
him?
Yeah. Exactly, and I mean the guy's played for City for about a year, has he? So I mean, it's what sort of intent? Which kind of, I guess, it is that glorified friendly, I guess. But my big point of this, and obviously from the last podcast that we filmed, and I said, it's the intent, it's that momentum, and we made such a statement.
You said you'd take the score over the performance. You had both.
I had both, and I could not have been a happier person.
When you look back at that first goal, it weren't, even if it was scrappy, it was like, I think it came off for like a 10 pass move. And he has all skill. And like I said, then Lewis Skelly did that kind of reverse or side flick.
Well, just let the ball run past him. Foden was left, Foden was left. He ran the ball, and I think, and this is the one thing, I mean, I'm going to use Bernardo Silva because I think if Bernardo Silva was playing there, he would have put a foot in there, and I think Foden kind of hesitated to try and put a foot, even put.
Well, that's
a
not the
foul
player he is. That's
Exactly.
the thing. Foden isn't that player.
He's not there for that.
And he just let him roll, and the pass was lovely way to it. Calafiori's run through it. The even more interesting thing about that was three of our fullbacks.
Yeah.
You're talking White to Lewis Skelly. I know obviously he's now transitioned to midfield, which I have no doubt moving forward. Firstly, we cannot lose him.
How the hell are you going to fit them all in?
I don't.
2.5 million midfielders.
I don't know. But that's not my problem. That's an Arteta problem. We cannot let him go because he.
Just put two at the back. Fine.
End of last season, that game there has just proved his weight in worth. And if we let him go, we are fools. There are so many other players that we should be looking at to get rid of before him. But the fact that them three players were involved in the goal and it's just the performance all round from every single player. I don't think I put anyone below a 7 on that pitch yesterday.
But your new boy on the wing as well, Solis. I mean, what's the comment? He looks like actually Trossard if he'd had some sleep.
Yeah.
He is that player. He's kind of stepped straight in for it, and he's got 100% on his sleep score overnight. Has he impressed? I know obviously you watched a lot of free games, but he's had 6 or 7 assists. Is he looking like a good player already?
I mean, you'd have to be blind to think he wasn't a good player, right? He looks good.
I agree, and the pre-season matches as well, the previous ones, he's been on the score sheet, he's assisted, so he just hit the ground running, hasn't he?
I think massive, and it's decision making. I think that's the thing that I've really been impressed about, and I think the Odegaard goal, the third one, to take the ball. I mean, you probably would have looked at Arsenal last year to play it back from there. I mean, almost Martinelli might have looked at the full-back and maybe tried to take him on, probably not, played it back through into the midfield and tried to recycle it, whereas he ran to him, put him on the back foot, took his head up, chose an option, saw Odegaard in the middle and played this great pass straight down to him.
Thank you.
Odegaard picked the ball up, and what he did from there was obviously sat down the centre half, sat down Donnarumma, and that's another person I want to talk about.
Well, that's you're going to straight into what I'm saying next. I mean, brilliant Arsenal. The guy that fucking shot it, didn't he? He weren't good. He really weren't good.
Did that game come a little bit too soon for City?
Well, they've only had, I think they've had 3 pre-season. I think they've had about half the thing. So you've not had the full team back. So there's going to be an element. True. We know that momentum helps and whatever. Plus the fact it is a relatively kind of new team, new system, new squad, but ultimately that he should be doing better.
His performance was worse than his come over. Just like it was bad.
Well, the second goal, Kai Havertz, he should have done better. Yeah. I think the Odegaard, I don't think many keepers would have been able to judge that. He's one-on-one. Odegaard's actually sent him the other way and he sat down.
Yeah, but if you're a keeper, which used to be, you'd come out and take him out. You know, you go straight through, you take the ball, player on the ball. Different game, but your mindset, you go for
you put your body on the line.
Screw, you're going for it, you make that player scared.
Yeah, you put the body on the line, you make yourself big to make the goal smaller.
No disrespect to Odegaard, he's not the biggest guy.
No.
He's big. It's not as if you turn around and go, I'm going to get hurt going into this. Yeah. He should have done it.
Another thing as well, beat on the front on this, with his near post against Calafiori. Calafiori's off balance when he takes that shot. He's not obviously fully there, and he's also left-footed. It's quite hard for him in that position where he's losing balance to come across goal. Donnarumma's made the bet that he's coming that way, and he's just gone straight into the near post. So I think he didn't look great. He looked very shaky, but then the whole of City looked quite shaky. Is that an Enzo Maresca?
There's so many moving parts now. That's the thing, isn't there?
Well, it's exactly how much can you read into that game? Like, how much do you think that? Does that mean that you materially think that City are going to do differently to what you thought before that game? It's hard to say, right?
Well, it's only one
game.
Which one of the last 10 winners of the Charity Shield, or the whatever we call it these days, have gone on to win the Premier League. So performance on we know it's taking a bit of pinch of salt. The best thing you could have done out of this, as we said, you said about you wanted to. It'd be more about the score. To me, it's about the performance. And your performance to get City, they can always come back, and they will come back.
You can't discount them.
Then Arsenal just starting on that with their new players is probably even more impressive.
It's like it's a weight off their shoulders. You can see, and they've just been. Arteta's almost went to them. Boys, we've done this now. Not only let's go again, but go and enjoy it this time when you do it.
Yeah.
But
Because
also
you can see intent with them right now. You can see that every single player on that pitch, they don't look like they're content with just winning it now. They want to win it all.
Right, you think they're singing from the same song sheet now?
Yes.
They're just fully.
Well, and also you think like how much confidence that gives them going into this season. That performance against Man City, right? Doing that, you could see it in it, like the Arsenal fans, right? You can see it. It's like we didn't win the title last year, and now it's like retention. That's the objective.
But that was just a start.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh, we'll be lucky if we do it again.
Oh no!
You know,
it's full intent. Every single player on that pitch knows that they want to go again. They want to do it better. They want to do it earlier, and they look like they want to go and.
Well, if you do something that the Wenger Invincibles or something never did, they never held on to it. They never had
Well, Arsenal have never won 2 Premier Leagues, I don't think, in a row. So.
Do you think that's just shown how important Rodri is for that team?
I think it's shown how important a lot of the players that they've let go are for that team. And I mean, they're in a transition city.
Yeah.
I think this is the big thing. I mean, you're not just talking about last season, you're talking about...
Every year we hear that every team's in a bloody transition. At this point, you kind of go, fine, we're doing it, but all the top ones seem to have been constantly in transition. United did it for X amount of years, and they won during those years of transition. So there isn't really an excuse on that.
I don't know, you say that. I mean, when you're losing players, and this is the thing where Man City have been privileged enough to own players like Kevin De Bruyne. I'm going to even go Bernardo Silva, even back to like Aguero's, David Silva's, Rodri's. How do you replace these players? I mean, I still think that Elliot Anderson will be a good signing. I know he didn't have the best debut there, but still, when you've got these players at that level, how do you find the replacement? I mean, Pep's done fantastic because that's what the coach was. He made these players the players they were. Obviously, when he was De Bruyne before he was. I know, obviously, when he was playing in Germany, he was fantastic. But when he played at Chelsea, he wasn't exceptional. He went over to Germany. He showed some really good signs. Back over to Wolfsburg, he played for. So when he was playing there, and then Pep's brought him over, and he made him the best in the world. So Pep did manage to get everything out of a player that he could. Can now Maresca do that? That's the question. But now they have lost players, and they haven't replaced it with the same quality. So there's always going to be that bit of a drop off. And now what Pep gave City as a manager, he almost picked up 2 or 3 world-class players and just himself, because he had that in his head. And I just don't think Maresca is going to be at the same level. So they are going to struggle this year.
I agree with that, but at the same time, it's like, how do you replace Rodri? And I hate the fact that one player makes such a massive difference if whether or not they play. But I mean, that has been the case for City. You look at
any team to a certain extent. We know that we are relying on.
So you're not going to be able to replace him with that quality, but I think Elliot Anderson is a pretty good signing, even though they way overspent.
I kind of disagree. I rate Anderson, but I think for a club like City, for him to be your talisman over 100 million signing, I'm not convinced.
What have they seen then? So they've obviously gone out there and seen, you can't see that. Surely they've seen something. He's proven in the Premier League. He's proven that obviously a team that's not as good. Why would they not go for him?
I just think, I don't think when I've seen him, I don't think he's the type of player or exceptional enough for them to buy him for that level of money. I'm not a scout, right? But don't tell me there's no one else.
The Cubs once, weren't they?
Yeah.
They strike me as one of the most scouty people in all our group.
Actually,
be honest.
I've never been in the scouts with the Cubs.
Your Honour.
Thanks for clarifying.
I'll say that on record. I have never been in a tent with a.
But I just think, I don't know, if you ask a lot of Man City fans, do you reckon they really like, oh, do you know what, yeah.
He's not a sense.
We think that's the best use of 150 million.
But then I think a lot of people, obviously, when Rice came to Arsenal, everyone for 100 million, it's the same story.
I think there's a difference, and that might be West Ham bias.
But, yeah, I think it might be. But
he was already making the mark in the England team.
But the thing is, Anderson, his stats, and that's a very fair point. But Anderson had a really good World Cup, really good, and his stats for Nottingham Forest, he's been exceptional, and he has had really.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the worst game he has probably ever played in the Premier League, and he's in a new team, a new system. He's not that player in the midfield now. He's got so much competition around him. He's probably going to take a little while to settle in. I think he's going to be a good player, and I hope he does for the England sake, because At the end of the day, we don't want to lose a player's momentum and confidence, like a Calvin Phillips. Obviously, when he went over, I think he will be a pivotal part of Man City's season this year. I just think he's going to take a little while to settle in.
I agree.
What about your boy though, Haaland? Just on a different day, guy turns up and scores 4 goals from absolutely nowhere. He was basically non-existent. He had one save, didn't he, during the game that Raya made from him. Earlier in the season, he would have scored from nothing, but at the end of this season, he seems to have kind of slightly gone off the boil, hasn't he? Is that also showing a little bit of an over-reliance they've had on just him to get them out of stuff?
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, they took him off after 52 minutes.
Yeah.
And what's really different about his performance than
Just friendly.
the other
So
games?
let's just didn't really get injured in the day.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That might be part of it. But, you know, he has gone 52 minutes without even touching the ball.
Yeah.
And then he scores 2 at the end. So I just thought that was strange. If you really wanted to win that game, you definitely keep him on.
Was it,
for
were they 2
longer
down,
than that.
3 down when he went off?
They were 2.
No, it was 3.
It was just
Just
after.
after.
I mean, it's fairness. If you're 3
It's-
down,
it's
you
enough
think he's
for-
done, it's right, and you're just conceding.
The thing is, as well, he could have scored as well. I mean, if it wasn't for Raya, once again, and this
Yeah,
is,
it's a lot, right.
I was listening to Talk Sport earlier, and they were talking about, and they had someone call in, and it was a City fan, and going, "Oh, I don't know what everyone's on about. We didn't play that bad." But they were saying, obviously, it could have been at one point. I mean, if it wasn't for Ben White's block, Ray made 2 really
Well, a
good
different
saves.
day, they get 2-1-2 all, doesn't
But
it?
this once again, this adds to our statement of once again. I mean, obviously, Ray are not playing for Spain as their first keeper. He looks sharp as a tack.
Of course, he's been fucking beat up for the thing. He's been in
but that's
Tenerife, he's been chilling, he's been
Well, no,
kicking
he
the ball
hasn't.
around. I expect him to be.
He's been in America, still
Expect
training.
him to be,
But
mate. Come on,
every
that's
single
perfect.
Ben White looked sharp.
So where's he been?
All looked. Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, but a lot of the City players have. They've all been. We've had players that have been over in Spain. Zubimendi came on. Like you're talking, it's the same. It's the same team. Yeah, we had players in the World Cup. You can't sit here and start using because they've been in the World Cup. They're not as sharp.
No, I said they are.
But that's.
I said you've had that fitness training.
It's the same
and
with Man City. You can't sit here and tell me any different because they have.
Oh no, the same applies to them. But the point is, you've got these players. They're older professionals. I'd expect him to come back sharp. It's not. It's going to take 3 or 4
100%.
games to get into it. He's been there. They've got the best training. If they are sitting on the beach in Magaluf, you're going to be Jack Grealish, aren't you? You're going to turn up that way. So I expect him to come back.
I'm not. But
He's not going to be fatigued.
Oh no, of course. But my point behind that is that shows the difference of where we are compared to Man City. Donnarumma's come back. He doesn't look half as sharp. Ray did, in a way, keep us in the game. I guess not keep us in the game, but stop us from having that.
Donnarumma's never looked that sharp though since he's come to the Premier League. In fairness.
How did you feel about scoring 3 goals that were not set pieces as well? Isn't that a little bit pleasing?
It's lovely.
So you could actually score other open play goals on open play.
We always could, but then that's always the last result. If we're struggling against a low block, we always know that we've got that in the locker, which will still be there as long as we've got Gabriel in the field. You know, and I mean, we even had a chance off the corner as well, where it was, and I think it was in Capia at the end of it. So we've still got that in the locker. We've got so many tools to our device now. We've got Solis, we've got Sackers. I mean, the one player that I actually will take myself back and I looked at on that whole pitch for Arsenal that I didn't like the look of was Madueke. I saw him and he once again he's just too erratic. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. Saka came on the pitch.
He seems to try too hard all the time. It's always that extra touch when he doesn't need to, double back when he does. It's that final thing. He's that pace, but he just...
He's the pace.
He was the worst Arsenal player on the pitch.
Yeah, I would say so. And
I mean, that's not hard, because they were all pretty fucking good. But...
I think it goes back to that point, and I know that we're obviously on about recruiting still, but I'm now looking at, and it was a big statement leaving obviously Martinelli out of the squad. I thought that was a big statement.
Yeah, but is he not on the way out?
But this is
more of a...
This is my conversation now. So Martinelli and also Wanyeri. I'd rather get rid of Madueke. I'd rather try and ship him out the door, get 40 million for him, get a bit of cash. I think there's a job for Martinelli. As much as I don't think we are growing out of his standard. But he's still got a job and he works hard. And there is points in the game when we brought him on last year to get a goal against City. He does come on and he does score. So I now look at this and I go, who would I rather in my squad? I'd rather get rid of Madueke, keep Wanyeri, keep Martinelli. Wanyeri can be the backup for, or even Downman can be the backup for Saka. We don't need Madueke.
I was wondering how long it would take for you to mention that.
Yeah. But they are.
Hang on.
It's gonna come.
Salmon, 16.
Yeah.
Is he 17 yet?
I mean, he's the best potential in the
doing the
Premier League,
cups,
but
Listen, what we said. It's City weren't looking good. Let's go to the flip of it. How much of it is rust? How much of it do you think is structural, or can't we tell yet? Because let's be honest, without winning the game was great, but it is still a pre-season friendly. This is time to do that. Do we think there are more worries in the City squad? And did that game change your predictions for the Premier League coming up?
No, but because for the reasons that you've said. But I do think that I've still got them as finishing second in my,
We'll get on to that.
yeah. But
Anyway.
well, but
Thanks,
but I do think that the Pep transition there's always going to be potential for a massive issue.
Yeah.
Always, right? And so you can't rule out, like, there might be like a 10% probability they don't finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
I find it hard to see them finishing outside the top 4. It could happen.
Yeah.
But I still think that squad is too strong to finish outside the
does
top
that
4.
come to history though? Because you don't remember the last time Man City finished outside the top 4.
I do. I'd say so.
Well, I do as well, but I mean, I'm talking about the squad that they have,
Oh, that's right.
and the goals that they have in that team. So
I don't disagree with that, but I don't think that the probability of this happening is so much higher than it would have been for the last couple of years, right?
yes,
And also, they're not used to being in that position, and I think that'll be a test of their mentality. If they do get in that position, how do they react to that?
It's been the same story every year though. It feels like for the last few years of Man City, they start the season quite poor. Even under Pep, they've started it quite slowly. Last year, and then they'll just find this momentum, and that's where I think.
That's the issue, was the momentum, the Pep factor.
Yeah, and it is that
We'll
Pep
see.
factor, and then it will just come on after Christmas time, and you just start. Then they're just unstoppable forces. Have they lost too much this transfer window? I think obviously Rodri going, I think that's huge.
Bernardo Silva as well.
But I think just to pick up that, I personally think they will be in the top 4. But
So do I. But I just think that there's a potential for it to go wrong. And also, I don't know, as you said, before we started, Man City usually give managers time.
Yeah.
But if it's a proper shit show, how long do they stick with it?
Yeah.
$1 million question.
It's a million question.
It's probably more. I can imagine Maresca's going to get paid nicely out of it. More than $1 million.
Anyway, moving on from a friendly to an actual match that matters.
Excuse me.
PSG versus Villa, 2-1 Super Cup. We touched on it last time and that. You guys watching in the crowd?
Yeah.
We were. No, I was playing football.
You were down. I came in near the end of it or whatever.
Chris was playing it. I was there. He was there.
2-1. Do you reckon Villa came out of that looking better than when they kind of went in, given the people they've lost?
Yeah, but as I sort of said earlier, I still think Villa have got a good team, and I wasn't surprised they played well. They gave a really good account of themselves, I think. Because there is a mile of difference between the PSG and them.
Yeah.
And they gave them a game.
Yeah.
And if you were a Villa fan, I would have been bloody chuffed with that.
What did they actually do then? Because like you said, there is meant to be miles of difference between those two. What did Villa do that actually kind of upset them? Because was it Maggio? One of their players and that, and again I think we'll talk about it a little bit later, but he was a nuisance all game. I think he had a couple of things he did wrong, but then he scored the goal, was a pest all game. Was he the big factor with the other things, you reckon?
Oh, I think it was just the creativity and the chances that they created. They showed, like Arsenal intent. Yeah, Villa lost Arsenal 1, but they had that forward intent. I think in spells they rattled PSG.
Yeah.
But PSG are just superior across the board. So I'm not surprised that they won.
Yeah.
But Villa looked really solid. And John McGinn.
He was
Big fan, John McGinn.
Oh,
John
love
McGinn. Singletons. Big old McGinns. And we, he had an outstanding game, but that's what we're kind of coming to expect from John McGinn, aren't we?
He's getting better by age.
He's now Mr. Aston Villa, isn't he?
Yeah. He's taken that mantle,
John McGinn is that guy for Aston Villa. And everyone, once again, we spoke about this, the one big decider with Aston Villa of where they're going to go this year, and I know they've had so much upset in the camp, is the man at the top, once again, Unai Emery. I think the way he sets up teams, the way that he obviously must, that 10 minutes before a game, that team talk that he gives them all, and at the end of the day, he probably said to them, we are the underdogs here, it's PSG, you're talking about two in a row Champions League winners.
We're not going to lose, go for it.
You've got the current Ballon d'Or winner, go out there and prove your worth, boys. And they just went out and they just played like they had the freedom to, and they had no pressure.
Yeah.
And they came away with a result that was fair, but they did a very good show for themselves.
Yes, I mean, they didn't start with Dembele, did they? Came on second half. Having a player of that kind of category and level, it's always going to change when that person comes on.
Massively, and I mean it's another thing as well. I'm just going to take it slightly off topic, but I heard this earlier. Obviously, I don't know if you've heard Emi Martinez. Obviously, they've just signed another keeper.
Yeah, Emi Martinez has been going for the last 3 seasons, so he said about 15,000 goodbyes to the back, doesn't he? Every season he leaves and cries, he walks off, he turns up again.
I think he's the Japan keeper.
Yeah.
They've just signed.
Oh, right.
So you know what his mentality. I mean, he's a very, very headstrong, arrogant man.
Yeah.
You can tell that when you look at him, and he's not going to like that now. Is that competition of going, oh, I'm on the back foot here.
Yeah.
So is he?
He might need that though.
He probably does need it, but
Yeah.
how is he going to take it? So I think there's going to be further upset within Aston Villa. But I think looking at that performance and looking at the way that they conducted themselves, I think they should be in a better position than probably what I thought, to be honest, at the start of the...
Do you reckon so? Yeah, so they lost 2 big names, haven't they? Has it really made a difference?
I mean, just based on that game, no. But we'll see, because now they're fighting on multiple fronts, right? They're in the Champions League. They'll have Premier League ambitions. I'm not saying that they're going to win it, but they'll want to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Or top 5, sorry, because that's how many places they get. And then who knows if they fancy one of the cups, the domestic cups. So I will see how they get on there. I know last season they were fighting on multiple fronts as well, and they did really well, but they've lost a couple of players now. Will they be able to maintain that this season? Don't know, but I hope they do. I like Aston Villa.
It's hard to hate them. It's hard to hate Aston Villa.
The squad depth is their problem.
It's always
exactly. For a team like that, it's always going to be.
Yeah.
And you say last season it didn't seem to have that much impact on them, but they have lost some players, and also like a lot of teams like them, right? They're always prone to you injure 1 or 2 of their key players, and that's like game over.
Yeah.
Right.
So
they've now lost 1 or 2 of their key players, not just injured. I mean, you're talking Rodgers.
Yeah.
Huge loss.
Yeah.
Huge loss. So it is interesting just to see. I think they will have a good season, and as I said, I think the big difference there is going to be Emery. I think the way that he goes about his job, I think to me, I'd probably say he's probably right now 2nd best manager in the league. No one wants to ask me my favourite, or who I think the best is. White that one out at home.
But we know it's a silence in the room at that point. And a chuckle from the James corner.
White that one at home. But I think he's...
Anyway, without going back to Arsenal here.
He's going to be the difference for Aston Villa, and I think he's going to pick up.
Yeah. Well, Arsenal trained, obviously. Arsenal City game, watching that, has it then changed your view of we thought Villa maybe, or is it just the fact that is a one-off? You can't tell.
I think it's always going to be a way, especially when you're playing a team like PSG. I mean, the odds are against them. They've done a very good showing against them. It's a one-off game. I still think they're going to finish very high, and I put them very high. They'll be in the top 7 places in England. They're going to get Europe again next year. I don't think they're going to finish above some of the big hitters. I mean, I'm going to say the big 6, but that's where I think they're 7th again this year, or not again, but I think they'll be finishing.
I don't think you can read too much into that game, and I think I kind of agree with what Jordan said. They'll be in that sort of group in just outside the top four. But I'm going to go on to it. But it's bloody hard this season.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't just depend on what Villa do. It depends on what a lot of clubs around and how they perform. And I think Villa will be are easier to predict than some of the other teams.
Yeah.
I think Villa will be reasonably solid. There's some teams who could finish around them, who could either finish, like a bit above them or quite way below them.
Yeah.
I think Villa, that sort of region.
Yeah, listen, like we said, we're going to move on to that right now, actually, but we're going to bid farewell to the young Buck.
I've really enjoyed talking about Arsenal today, couldn't. And the best thing as well is I can't wait to hear who you've predicted to win the league. And on that bombshell, it's not
Too late to change.
It's been a pleasure.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Look who's just appeared. We have a James.
Hello.
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 That was good. How are you?
I'm alright.
Good, mate. Half-time substitution.
Yeah.
Fit. You're ready. You're an impact sub.
Yeah.
Doing.
Biggest impact ever.
We had enough of the other one.
Yeah.
He was too much.
annoying, wasn't
He was very annoying. He's sacked. He's never coming back.
Are you as excited as he is for the start of the Premier League?
he? I'm excited to watch Arsenal fall flat on their face. So if yes.
Unbiased as always. Guys, listen, on that note, it's time to put money where our mouth is, isn't it? We've got the Premier League coming up, obviously, that's what we're here for. And you three put a nice prediction together of where you think the teams are going to come. So we're going to kind of go through a nice random order that I've decided, starting with the lowest placed remaining club from last season. Which is a lovely way to say it at Tom, isn't it?
That is brilliant.
That is. Love it.
John's just
We're never gonna, again, not in a good way. He's Spurs. They finished on 41 points last season and XG of 42. They overperformed by 5. We know what we've done. We're not going to go through the signings. Where do we think they're going to come this season?
7. I think they're going to be massively improved. They're not in Europe, so really they don't have any excuses. Yeah, we're not going to touch on the signings, but they have brought in some players.
Yeah, we can discuss. We know little bits on it, but yeah, we know they've made certain things that they're obviously going to improve.
And now De Zerbi's been with them for some of last season.
Yeah,
he's had the full summer. Brought in some new players, and I think they'll be much more improved.
No excuses.
No excuses. So I think they'll be 7th.
James?
Yeah, I think I went for 6th.
Yeah.
Similar reasons. They've had a decent window and no European football, so once a week. Yeah, I think they're going to improve. Didn't say the same last year, but
Yeah.
agreed with 2 caveats. I think it's hard. I think it's quite hard to see where their goals will come from. And also, their treatment room is like the Bermuda Triangle. If you get injured at Spurs, you're never seen again. So, if they get some more injuries, the same thing will happen. I don't know who their physio is, but they need to change him.
I don't think they've got one. It's probably we should look into this, boys.
Day one, get the football club. Physio, tick. They just miss that one.
They just
Football
send them
ground,
home.
tick.
You
Player,
just send
tick.
them home.
Physio, nah.
You go home and recover, come back when you're ready.
Yeah, no, I think they've not really got an excuse yet. The forward line is good, but it's whether that stays fit or not. I think there's a big kind of caveat on that
Goal
one.
scorer, that's a good point.
Moving on, the supercomputers put out Chelsea this one, so we're going to go to Mr. Grant to start. Where do you think Chelsea are going
I think Chelsea will be 2nd. Although I think it'll be close. I think Chelsea will have a banger of a season.
Yeah.
And James will probably be able to elaborate on that. But I think if it all clicks, like the new manager and the players they've got, a big thing for me though is Palmer. Like how does Palmer play?
Yeah.
Because I really rate him. I think he is a class player. Obviously he's not had the form more recently, and he's had some injury problems. But I think if he plays well for them, and you've got Joe Pedro as well, defence is good. Manager, I can see them doing really well.
Well, I mean, they were 10th last year, 52 points from, I think we'd all agree, they massively underperformed.
Well,
that's things Chelsea are. That wasn't a Chelsea position, and they were, I think, -9 for their XG as well. So kind of stats say as much as we want to look into that. Similarly to you, do you reckon they're going to be up there?
Yeah, but I've gone with 4th just because we'll touch on the other teams, but I think there are a couple other teams there that might just do that bit better. It is really hard to predict whether or not they're going to finish 3rd, 4th, 5th. You know,
That gaggle is so tight.
yeah, it's going to be tight, right? So I've just gone with 4th, but they'll be improved from.
So this is the most needless question I'm going to ask all night. James,
Yeah.
where do you think Chelsea are going to finish this season? Don't say 10.
Easily first.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah.
So even after seeing the game yesterday with Arsenal, even with Chelsea hat off, you go, yeah, I'm confident enough of that.
Yeah. 14th of April.
Yeah?
Tied up by then.
Get the programme.
Before Celtic win the SPL.
Also, we haven't tied up before then.
You know a few parade people, maybe you can lend him a hand.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
We've done it in 2015, 16. We finished 10th that year.
Yeah.
After just winning the title, we finished 10th that year. Terrible. So yeah, and then the following year we won it. You know?
Good.
No European football, so yeah, 10 years ago.
Confidence
to the day.
personified,
Not to the day,
James.
but you know.
Job done.
Yeah, if we've done it then, like everyone's, oh, you can't do that. It's like, why not? Like, Man United went from nearly getting relegated to 3rd. We're playing once a week, so there's no reason why Chelsea can't do it again, because they have done it already, so yeah. First.
Yeah. I mean, I've got you down for seconds. So I think we're all in kind of cahoots that it's in the running, and it's going to depend. The same thing with squads gelling, fitness, and whatnot, and all the boring stuff anyway.
Yeah.
On to the next. Crystal Palace, fan favourite around here. 15th last year, 45 points. They kind of looked a bit in trouble at points. They were close to it. Grant, I know you're a bit of a Palace head as well.
Yeah, I used to have a season ticket at Sellers Park. Look, Palace have been in the league longer than I think most people ever thought they would stay at.
Yeah.
And I think either this season, next season, or the next, they're going to go down because they're de-skilling their team slowly over time. They're selling all their best players. They're not replacing them. The squad depth is really bad now. New manager plays a much more like possession-based game. Palace fans won't like that.
No.
I can just see there being a lot of trouble there. I don't think they'll probably go down this season, but
Is that more because they're worse clubs?
there are worse clubs,
yeah.
but and I'll mention another club later on. There's two clubs I think are a big risk of going down, who you wouldn't maybe expect to, and I think Palace are one of them.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, I think I've got them at 15th. So again, I think they're going to struggle. They've been, as you say, slowly losing their players. They've lost, more of them. And Mateta, I think.
Aqua's going to be a big thing for them. It does Mateta go. I mean,
Well, they might lose another one before the start of the season.
There's Wharton as well, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if like this Fernandes thing, if he ends up going to Man City, then Chelsea will possibly look to get Wharton in.
Yeah.
Because he seems like a nice replacement for him. And yeah, if they lose him, they lose Glossler and Mateta. I think he's been linked. Yeah, they could be in a bit of trouble.
Chris.
I've gone 11th.
Oh,
I have.
you followed the trends.
Eagles!
Yeah. I'm a massive Palace fan. I know, it was like it's always very difficult to predict the Premier League table or any league table, but especially those middle spots. I think, very compelling arguments. I am questioning myself here, but I put 11th with I didn't add an asterisk, but mentally I did because they're in a European playoff spot. If they get in and add the reasons that you just gave, I see them finishing below 11th, but I'll stick to my guns and say 11th.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I was 16th myself. I think they're in bagging trouble. It depends what they get in and how the manager hits the ground running, but I think Coventry, Ipswich and Hull and other teams like that you would expect to be down there, I don't see much coming from those guys. I think they will be safe, but not because they're good enough, unfortunately. But we'll see. Next to another struggling team, Newcastle, 12th last year, 49 points, XG of 58.12, and they underperformed it. as we discussed last week, they've had their team completely kind of ripped out, new people go in, new manager. How does that leave them?
I think I've gone 8th. Yeah, I think 8th.
That high after everything's gone on?
Yeah.
Brave choice.
Yeah,
Brave.
I think they've made a couple of signings. They signed a new midfielder yesterday or something. And yeah, I think they're
So
going
you think with that upheaval, new manager?
I mean,
and that-
they've lost players, and the manager, like Eddie Howe's gone. It's a problem.
There's just
But
them.
there's
Just that.
there's
Nothing
other
much.
there's other teams out there that are just the enemy worse off than that. And it's literally going to be like, you know, they're going to finish 8th on 44 points or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's going to, and as you say, like from 11th to 17th, it could be a case of 4 points, and it all could just be decided on the last day. So Crystal Palace could be 8th. And they lose on the final day and they end up in 14th or something. Do you know what I mean? I think it's going to be that kind of a crazy season.
Yeah. Chris, agree?
No, well, no, but not with your Newcastle prediction. I think, and I've seen some of their pre-season results, and then couple that with all the players that they've lost. They've lost some big names.
Yeah.
Sure, they've maybe recruited 1 or 2, same quality. Yet to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the guy, so no idea who he is. So.
Well, okay, there you go.
Ronald McDonald on the wing.
Exactly.
It was great.
I know the
breakthrough stop.
I know that it cost him
Like
like
Henderson,
40
great
million.
card tricks.
Yeah, like 40 odd million it cost him, but like I say, I've genuinely no idea.
But I've gone Newcastle. I think, did I put 16th?
You did 15th.
15th, yeah.
Newcastle. Grant, you went somewhere in between.
Yeah, I just think they'll be lower mid-table, basically.
You go lower, you went bang mid-table.
Well,
10th. So we get more mid-table than 10th.
Well,
would you?
yeah, but like, I mean, those mid-table spots, it's like a bingo machine. It's just random. It's like you just.
Of course, it's what I'm saying.
I think that they're weaker than they were last season, but they're not that.
So they're going to improve then?
I don't think they.
So 12 last year, you're saying 10th?
12th.
Well, just because I think there are other teams that have got worse than them. I don't see them being in a relegation battle, though.
Yeah. Well,
Not just about avoid it.
Yeah, I think we can get to that. Relegation is going to be interesting this season. I think the last spot anyway.
before we jump into that, we'll go into another kind of mid-upper table team, Bournemouth. 6th, 57 points last year, obviously with extra games to go with and a lot of upheaval in the squads, but Bournemouth do Bournemouth things.
Yep.
Grant, where are you sitting with them? Do you think they can cope with the extra games they've got? Or
No.
it's doom and gloom?
No, I'm a bit doom and gloom about them. I don't think they've got the squad depth for that, and I've always felt they're a club that would have a disaster season because they've overperformed for a very long time, and there is like mean reversion. If you go back to they're not a big club. They won't be in the Premier League in 10 years, in my view, and so they'll go down at some point. And I think they'll have a bad year this year, but they won't go down.
Well, you had them basically as the biggest drop as well.
Yeah.
It's down to 14 from finishing where they were, and that is 6th.
I just can't see their squad coping with
James?
11th for Bournemouth. I think, they've, the Antonio Silva, the centre back they've signed, he was linked with Chelsea 2 years ago for like 60 million, and they've got him for 26 million. I think he's going to be brilliant. Replaces Senesi. And Alvaro Rodriguez is the striker they've brought in. He looks decent. So I think, and they've got Evan Nielsen as well, who's banging goals last season. I think they'll be fine.
Chris, you're a bit more optimistic, weren't you? You went for quite a lofty height here.
Well, I mean, I went one place higher than James. I went 10th.
Lofty 10.
They definitely overperformed and overachieved.
Lower mid-table, apparently, to Grant. Mid-table club. Yeah, I was down with 10th as well. I think they kind of trod the water. They're not going to do as good as they did last year and that, with all the other aspects into it. But they are, as you said, I've seen them bumbling around. They do exceptionally good, like Brighton and that. But I think it might be a little bit too much this year to carry on where they're going. Let's go proper lower mid. Nottingham Forest, 16th last year, 44 points. Chris, how do you see that? Obviously, main man in midfield's left, new manager, and possibly a positive with that one, with Glasner going now. Where do you see him?
I said 12th. Again, one of those teams I don't really know, but they're not going to get relegated, in my view. I think they still have enough quality in that team, and therefore 12th.
They've got enough money behind them. The old guy, if he wants to throw cash in there, that's a different story, but he can if it's going pear-shaped. So, James?
I'm just above Crystal Palace, so 14th. Same goal difference.
Goal difference? What's specifically? What goal difference specifically?
+3.
+3. We'll come back to that.
I mean, they won't have +11 negative goal difference, but it will be 3 better than Palace.
We got that.
Again, I think they'll struggle. Also, I kind of think that if they are struggling, they're one of those clubs that are at risk of hitting a self-detonation button.
Yeah.
Their owners are crazy, and
The owner is crazy.
and I think that could well happen to them.
Yeah. No.
So I'm not optimistic about Forest really.
One of the teams will never happen. We don't know what they're going to do. There you go. I just don't know what they're going to do. Not a fan. Anyway, moving on up. Liverpool, 5th last year, 60 points, XG 59, slightly above, on par to kind of where they were meant to be. Grant, go back and review with this one. Where do you see Liverpool this season?
I think they'll do reasonably well. Most of the players. Again, it's like how, like Isaac.
What is?
Well,
discuss.
well,
Yeah.
yes,
Shrug of the shoulders.
no,
Those listening online. Go with it. Just.
That's key. Like, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he stays fit and then he finds some form, Liverpool could look so dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Well-
They just so far in pre-season, always take that with a pinch of salt, have not looked that good.
No.
No, they've lost big names.
Yeah.
Again, let's go through.
And they might lose McAllister.
Yeah, so you're losing big, because as he said, he wants to go now. I know a couple of these, some of the say they want out. I don't know. Again, check us on this one. Yeah, Gakpo
Well,
might be off.
I think. Well, also I think that letting Robertson go to Spurs was a mistake.
Oof. Yeah.
That was a massive mistake.
He's not starting every game for Liverpool, but he would have played an important
You
part.
want him in your squad.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You need that when Kirk gets injured again or something.
Also, Kirkis has not been that good.
No, he hasn't.
Agreed.
I think they look better when Robertson came in from last time.
So,
James,
did you say
I've got them 5th again.
I think where did I put Liverpool?
Fifth.
Yeah, I've got them 5th again.
I'll let you in a secret. We're on to something here. Fifth, and
6th?
I think you said 5th.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Sorry, it's bad line. I blame tech. It's too dark in here. My 6 looks like 5. I'm at 5th myself and that. So yeah, no, you're right. You look at that squad and you kind of go, it's less about them dropping, it's just who's going to come up. But I think a lot of these teams are slightly safer because they haven't got the teams around them who are going to challenge. And I think we've got a lot, again, the 12 managers or so, 12 new managers, whatever it is in the league this year, it's going to be hard. We don't know basically what's going to happen, but I think they are going to sit there in 5th place as well. Let's go down to the complete bottom end. Let's do relegation, Coventry, Ipswich and Hull. One fell swoop. Are we for doom and gloom on these sides, or are we thinking of a Sunderland may happen with these guys?
I put the promoted teams to go straight back down.
You gone with a safe option?
I did.
Yeah.
I went safe there. I
Yeah.
know Ipswich and Coventry have recruited. Even Hull spent a wee bit of money actually. They brought in an exciting young
They
Norwegian.
could have spent less than they did before. So, in fairness.
But
And Hull just signed the 18-year-old Australian Socceroo guy
oh, aye, yeah.
from the MLS. Played 2 games in the World Cup.
So I mean, exciting, but are they going to make
They've
any
made a
impact?
couple of
Like,
signings since last time. The last podcast was like, yeah, they've done nothing.
Yeah.
they've obviously heard me talking and they're like, right,
So we'll need to listen.
Tune in.
Prove
James has
them
said
wrong.
something.
Yeah.
So the transfer market's kicked into action. Go on, give it another pump.
Well, no, still, like, even though they've made a couple of signings, I think they've not done great business, and I think Hull will go down, Ipswich will go down, but I've got Coventry staying up, 17,
Oh, okay.
16, 17.
70.
Yeah.
Is that because of Frank Lampard or because of the squad?
Yeah, Frank Lampard. I think he's I think they're
Nice.
fine. And they absolutely romped the championship last year, so they've made a couple of decent signings. We'll see, but I think out of all the three, they've got the most chance to
Very
stay
sadly,
up.
I agree with James. They've got the most chance of staying up, but I've gone with those three to be the three that go back down. I'm sad to do that because I think it's not good for football.
No, it's not.
But I do think that last spot is hard. Coventry have got a decent chance of staying up, and I hope they do because I don't want to see that ding dong.
Well, they've spent the most as well, so they've been the best team in the championship last year, and then they've now backed it with cash as well. So out of all of them, you can't.
And also, there's a bit of history there, right? Coventry were in the top division for a long time. And so, for a club like that to come back, a bit like Leeds finally came back up, when Forest came back up, there's a bit of history there, like, come on.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see you stay around for a bit.
Yeah. And like I say, we don't want this like 3 up, 3 down. It's the same, like,
It's boring.
we don't want that.
No.
Because then, the teams like the Fulhams and the Sunderlands are just like, we're not even going to bother trying anymore. Like, these 3 worse than us, so who cares?
Yeah, I think we were all kind of on consensus with this. I was with you. I think Coventry will stay up. So I think they're going to be one up on that one basically. But yeah, I didn't want to say that everyone's going to go down. I don't think they're going to do a Sunderland. But they spent enough, and I think they're going to put up a decent bit of a fight. I think there's going to be a few twists in the tail on that one. Speaking of some of this subject here, I'm going to go with you on this one. Fulham, the next team. Obviously, they were 11th last year, 52. Are they genuinely in a relegation fight? Or are they going to be?
In my view, definitely. And I put them just above Coventry, but I think I could easily switch that. They've got the oldest age squad in the Premier League. Last season, 60% of their goals and assists came from the 2 players.
They've lost 2 of them.
I can't see them recovering from that. I think this could be a game over season for them.
But they already underdid their XG from last year anyway. So if you're going to lose 2 your main contributors, doing 230 goals, etc., you're going to have an issue. James, you agree?
Well, I actually have them taking that last relegation.
So they're going down. In your book,
For me, they are going to go down.
Yeah.
It's about time.
That time. Sick of it. Hate cottages. Hate West West London.
Which is fine, 'cause
hate river views.
I'm actually.
Sodom.
We'll be
We're going to win and they're going down.
I'll be happy to see them go down actually, because they tend to up their game when they play Chelsea. So.
Yeah, it's a bit like Arsenal and West Ham. But anyway, you're happy when we went down, didn't you?
It's actually quite interesting for them.
Yeah, you know.
Looking at the last 5 games, there's only been 1 goal in it.
Yeah.
And they beat Newcastle.
Well, they beat us the last one. So so the Monday night football should be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Chris, are you down with that?
I put Fulham to stay up. I can't remember if I put
Shut the
14th
door.
or 15th. Bucking the trend here.
You're bucking the trend, mate.
Well,
Captain bucking
I don't
the
know.
trend.
I think they'll be fine. Maybe it's that Norwegian bias. They've got Sander Bergen, Oscar Bob,
Oscar.
and also the Scottish side. They've got Tom Kearney as well. Brilliant midfielder. Getting on a bit though.
It's definitely
Their team is aging. Their team is aging.
Even losing like 35-year-old Jimenez.
Their team's increased somehow. They've all been issued a bus pass since he's gone.
How are we older after losing this guy?
Nan's left. The party's older somehow. Yeah, I was with you on this, and not just to mix it up. I think there is going to be issues with the Coventry. I think with what they've done, they're going to give it a bit of a poke. I think they or Palace are going to be there or thereabouts, but I put Fulham down there as well. Let's go back up north. Everton, 13th last year. Mixed kind of signings, as we said the other day. A bit of treading water. Are you going to tread water their position, do you reckon?
I put them finish exactly where they finished last season. 13th.
13th, yeah.
I mean, they're going to be solid. David Moyes at the helm, just solid team. they'll be fine.
Yeah.
13th.
Won't get relegated.
They won't get relegated.
They won't concede enough goals to be relegated.
Yeah.
And that's what will keep them up.
They diced a bit last year. They were close, but again, over the last 4 or 5 games they were there, so they always kind of touch it. But
I
just have enough in the tank.
I think Moyes is he's not like a firefighter manager of the old guard, but he's a good enough manager to know what you need to do to stay in the league.
But Moyes has a
think
low, sort of a high, low ceiling, low, high ceiling.
Yeah.
He sits on that. He can never get behind a certain point. You know he's not gonna put you down. Why he's there, I think whatever Everton do, they should be all right.
I would eat my shoe if Everton got relegated.
Which one? Which one?
Both of them.
James.
Shake his hand.
That's what they
I can't, like, yeah, I don't think I
Will you eat a shoe if it's your prediction as well, or something else?
Well, they're going to finish 7th, so
7th?
7th.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, just above
It's
them.
because they're blue, you're going exceptionally high than what they're
I
actually
think,
going to do.
yeah, I like what they've done this summer.
Really?
The signings.
What ones?
Tyreek George. I know he's like the ex-Chelsea guy.
I love this has turned into a panel thing for an audience.
He's going to be a quality addition for them. Quality addition for them.
You know what?
And
This
yeah,
is what this
no,
is about.
as far
End of the
as they're, like,
season, I'm sure these are going to be cash these checks on that one.
No European football. They'll be yeah, 7th. They're good, solid Premiership team, and they'll be fine.
7th, 13th, 13th, 14th. So yeah, we win a little bit lower on that one. I think they're going to treble. So you're right. They're not going to go down. They're not going to make any inroads any further above them.
Yeah, okay.
Get and see. Mr. Overperformer from last year, Sunderland, 7th, 54 points, 39, sorry, XG, +2 on that one. Grant, are they going to do it again?
No, they'll have a worse season than last season, but I think they'll stay up.
Yeah. Where do you think they're going? Where do you think they're going to finish?
Right, put them in like the lower mid-table, but not
So
relegated.
10th again, yeah.
11th. Everyone's finishing 11th. They're going to be like a playoff at the end of the season. 'Cause we got 5 teams all finished 11th, so come on.
Because it's just going to be goal difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
Goal difference.
That's going to be even.
Literally, yeah.
It's just
Newcastle are going to finish
five.
45 goals.
No, it's just 5. This is just 11 v 11.
Roll.
Yeah. Get the fans involved as well.
So, Grant, yeah, you did go with 15th on that, James.
16th.
16th, Chris.
I went 12th.
Why? Why would you do
Because
that?
they're not in European football. And other teams are, and they might.
Liar.
What did I put?
17th.
17th.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not talking about Forest.
No.
No, so
That was 5.
Sorry.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
So what did I put for?
On a couple of days.
It really is.
I'm with you, don't worry.
Been a long summer.
Almost done.
I 17th. Yeah, they will struggle. Yeah, they'll just struggle. But I think they'll just about stay up.
I think they'll stay up with Robert.
Yeah,
Right?
this-
His goals will keep them in the league.
And unless they pull anyone else in, they seem pretty stagnant in the transfer window, and everyone else made movements around them. They were great, loved it last year. Not for West Ham, but I loved it last year that you did have that club come up and go, because we banked on that. We've done a column of this, or we looked at and go, yeah, we've got away with it for years. Someone's going to be worse, and last year someone wasn't worse. And it was between us and Tottenham, unfortunately. So I do like that. I do like that it's going to give that bit of a mix up, like I hope Coventry are going to do. But they're definitely going to be down there in my eyes.
A little bit of jeopardy, right? Maybe.
Yeah, because it's fucking boring otherwise, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We want something a little bit more in the Premier League, just kicking it up a little bit. Sticking in that neck of the woods, Leeds, 47 points last year, kind of on par with next year we were expected. Are they kind of now the safest bottom half team? Are they kind of around that area? Because they've made Wilson, other little signings. Agreement? What do you think?
Yeah, they'll be fighting to survive, but I've put them just above Sunderland and 16th.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
So they'll finish 16th by a point or
Yeah.
Well, by goal difference.
I went 13. 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. That's
Look, Harry Wilson, I think, is a fantastic addition for them. Calvert-Lewin, if he can stay fit, will bang in some goals. I think, decent team.
Yeah.
I went for 12, and I think they'll be fine actually.
Difficult place to go to as well.
Yeah.
It's a difficult place to go to, and I actually think that on paper their team is not that bad. They'll get goals from Calvert-Lewin. Wilson is a good signing for them. I don't know. I think he should have gone to a bigger, better club. But I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I was with you. I think with that kind of bang on middle, kind of the table that we think they're going to go, they've strengthened well. And with us on that one. Back up to the Big Six. Man United, third, 71 points. Kind of boring transfer window as we discussed, but they've done what they need to do. Do you think they're going to stick around that part?
well, boring. I don't know. They signed those two midfielders, Santos and Tielemans, and Tielemans looked pretty good for them. I have them finishing third. I think they'll be solid. Look at that squad. There's pretty good squad. There are goals in that team.
Well, you say the attacking side of it is. You look at that defence, and there was something come up earlier that's
You just need to outscore the other team.
It's true, but that starting back line of I'm not saying it is, but whoever they've got at the moment, Luke Shaw,
Euro,
etc.
De
It was the same on to 2022. They haven't. Whether it's hook or by crook or by whatever it is, that back line. Surely you've got to look at kind of doing something with that to stick and being a third.
Yeah.
Maybe they bring in another defender, a big name, but no.
Casemiro a big miss. Him going.
I don't agree.
Stats say otherwise.
Yeah.
You can't lie with stats. I know you're a stats man, but
Stats.
It was good. Look, I've got them fourth, so a little bit worse than last season. I think they'll make a couple of extra. I think they'll make some more signings. They have to. They have to make,
right?
and that's the point I was just going to say. They are in the Champions League now. They wasn't last season, just playing once a week. They are in the Champions League now, and they're going to want to go far in that because it's been a while since they've done it. They haven't challenged for the title in so long. So they're going to have to make some signings, and I think they will. And fourth.
I went fourth. Similar reasons.
Good. Concise. Like it. I think on the day as well, not knowing what you guys are doing, and if Arsenal have a bad start and they kind of go, I think there is a bit of impetus there that they could be in amongst it. Yeah, impetus.
Oh, sorry.
Out of the gutter. Out of the gutter, Dr. James. I think they could be definitely upper rounds, but I think third and fourth is a good spread that we're going to say on them. Let's move down a little bit. Villa, fourth, 65 points last year. Impacts of them kind of losing people, etc. We think they're going to stay there.
Dropped to sixth.
Yeah.
Only down. Okay.
I think Villa have still got a decent team. They've got a good manager. They know what they're doing. I think they'll do okay.
I've got a ninth. Ninth.
That low. Wills are going to fall off every kind of.
Look,
axle that they've
Rogers and Tielemans, huge losses for them. The Swiss guy, I don't know if I'm going to try and pronounce his name. But the 60 million.
Please do. Go on. Please do. Hang on, hold.
the young lad.
Yeah, the Swiss guy.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Hang on there, boys. So are you ready for this?
Zoom in.
Manzambi. That's actually That's actually quite easy. Manzambi.
The most anticlimactic zoom in I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of zoom ins.
Apologies, it was someone else had it by head.
Especially on my phone.
Ron Atkinson would have had a problem.
Yeah.
Pronouncing it.
Manzambi. There we go. A couple of times now, but 60 million, a lot of money. No idea how he's going to do.
Did alright in the World Cup.
Did alright, didn't they?
Did alright in the World Cup.
Did alright in the World Cup, but this is Premier League, baby.
Yeah. Chris, do you agree?
Different story.
No, not with ninth. I put them down as fifth. Same reasons as Graham, fifth, sixth.
Yeah.
But they'll be there and thereabouts.
Big misses.
Any players?
Big misses, though.
Any players you want to try and pronounce?
Matt Zambi.
Say again.
Or John McGinn.
John McGinn.
Jim McGee.
You forgot his first name. Super.
Super John
Come on, be better. Brentford it's Brentford's ninth last year. Are they going to do Brentford things? Are they sticking around doing their thing? Because they made a few transfers and that, and they are always kind of amongst it.
Eighth.
Tell me more.
Well, I think they were very good last season. I think they're in a European playoff.
Why not?
Oh, I feel like half the teams.
Half the league are in the European
Well,
playoff.
there's like 9 teams that are going to be in Europe, right? So it's generally should have probably made a note of that, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
So these are the teams that are in Europe.
I did have a look at it.
My memory is shocking, so I forgot. But no,
I'm sure
they'll be-
production will check, won't
Yeah.
they? Put something up there, Brentford in or out. Thanks.
But yeah,
That's it. But no, I think they're strong enough. Squad's good enough, and they have a very distinct style of football. Are they going to get found out this season? Perhaps, but let's go with 8th.
12th. So they're going to have a worse season, but not
Geography,
by a
yeah.
lot.
Ninth, drinking water again.
Yeah.
Nice. Upper mid table.
Upper mid.
Upper mid. Good.
Upper mid.
Upper mid.
So you're not learning it.
Talk to you. Talk.
I thought you put me in 11th again.
The lofty heights. Simmer Club, Brighton, 8th last year, 53 points, exactly the same, and that underperformed a little bit. Which weirdly close to Brentford actually on everything there. They can do exactly the same thing. You know what they do. You thinking exactly the same, Gron?
Yeah. I put them in the same position. 8th.
Yeah.
9th. So
I put them 9th as well. Just exactly.
Straightforward, boring answer I've ever heard.
Well, it's just there's nothing special, but they're just going to be good.
Yeah.
But there is something special for a team like Brighton to have, people sitting around the table going, yeah, you know what, they're going to be completely fine.
Yeah, when did we get to a point where
Like Brighton,
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Brighton Hove Albion.
Yeah, Brighton Hove Albion.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, they used to be a veteran club.
Yeah.
Maybe we've taken them a wee bit for granted lately, just because.
Yeah, they'd be so good.
Yeah. But quietly going about
the
their business.
recruitment. The recruitment is pretty special. Isn't it?
Well, they've got the Brentford thing. They've kind of got that they've got a system that they stick to, and it works.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The manager comes in that suits the system rather than changing the system for the manager. It's
Although
works
they
every
did
year.
lose Danny Welbeck, that's going to be.
Danny Welbeck, 13 goals from last season. That's going to be a miss. They did sign this Zadok Johanna.
Say again.
Yeah, exactly. A young 19-year-old Nigerian from AIK.
Johanna.
So 22 million. 19, no, yeah, AIK, 22 million. A lot of money, 19-year-old. No idea who he is, but yeah, with their recruitment, I think probably one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Moving on, finally. Let's go to the top two. I think we kind of already know this is going to go. Man City looks a bit crap, let's be honest. Are they going to make that extra step?
Well, I sent my predictions before that came. You know what? Second, I'm going to stick to my guns.
Second,
Squad is fantastic on paper.
again, ole. James,
Third.
third.
Yeah. And I sent my predictions before they agreed to sell Rodri, so, maybe rethink that. But,
The answers are final, unfortunately.
yeah.
I went with third as well.
Yeah, in amongst it. So, thankfully he's gone. Jordan has left the room as the whole tech team apparently is a fire alarm. I think we could turn the camera around there if there was one. They vacated. Brilliant. Because we're going to talk about
Has there been a government warning again that we've missed?
Can we get this one out quickly because they've all gone? Arsenal. What do you reckon?
First.
First,
Second.
second.
I think Arsenal win the league.
Yeah. I think given.
You sound very disappointed.
I don't like them.
No. We're completely unbiased. It's fine. We are going to sit here.
Any football team.
We aren't Arsenal TV. We aren't any other TV. We are completely unbiased, mate.
All completely unbiased.
Guys, no. If you look at it, guys, with that hat on, obviously you've gone with Chelsea going first, but with the teams around them, and even with you, I think you'll still admit that it's going to be a fight. You guys win it, and if you do, deservedly so, because they've got a team that's settled, management for so long. And you look at the teams, the cities around them, Man United, the traditional ones, are all upheaval. So I think we're going to turn around and go, if they do it, then fair play to them.
So,
Fair play to them.
I tell you, where Arsenal are going to fall short this year, they are going to go all out to win that Champions League. Because they haven't ever done it. They're going to go all out to do it. And
It's like
like
monkey on
last
their
year,
back, isn't it?
they've won the league now. They've won the league for the first time in 20 odd years, 22 years, useless kids. So,
Very unbiased.
but they've done it now.
Yeah.
So they're like, we are champions, and they've done it. Now, what they haven't done is won the Champions League, and they came close last time. So I think they're going to go all out, and I think they'll be resting players for their Premier League games, for their Champions League games, and I think they're going to come unstuck in the Premiership because of that reason.
Right.
And they still won't win the Champions League either. So.
Fair. Well, that concludes our things. Your credibility's on the table now, boys. We're going to see that at the end of the season, see how accurate everyone is. Production, Bam, they're going to put it up to there. You better do it this time, because I did this 5 times so far and nothing's happened apart from me pointing at a light and every one above this, barring one thing. So to round this up, the final bits we've got on the awards side of things before we go coming up, we're going to kind of look at the season's awards. We're going to go through manager, player of the season, breakthrough, biggest flop, surprise, and the golden boot. So again, we'll keep this very simple now because we are running short a bit of time. We go right to left through. We'll start manager of the season.
I put Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso.
Controversial.
Did we actually all agree?
Yeah.
Hey.
Didn't fancy going anyone lower who could have, you've just kind of put your hat on a
Yeah.
nice boring one, yeah? Happy with that? Locked in. Player of the season.
Erling Haaland.
Cole Palmer. He's had a nice break from the summer, which he didn't have in
He's been to
2025.
Butlins.
He didn't have a break in
Had his
2025. He
feet
had
up.
the World Club thing, so he was tired for a lot of last season. He's had a big break. This is his season.
Blackpool. He's not there.
I've gone for Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno.
Ooh, okay.
Why'd you go for Bruno?
I think he had a really good season last season, and I think Man United do quite well.
Kept that team going last season.
Yeah, he's an engine.
Yeah.
He is an engine.
Yeah.
Breakthrough.
I put Brian Maggio, and honestly, I just put him down because he scored against PSG.
I mean, if you're going to do anything, you're going to score against PSG, fair play.
Brian, well,
Yeah.
is he like 17 years old and all that? So if he cracks on, then
Why not?
Yeah.
And we got to say that Brian Maggio, 17-year-old, like Max Down.
Like Max Stammen, but he's a wee bit older, isn't he?
Yeah. That's it.
So I don't know what the rules are, like, because I don't know.
For anything?
Yeah, no, I
In
don't
general?
know if he's allowed to play in the Premier League yet. Because Maggio,
He's older than Max Down.
Max Stammen's played.
right, but you can only sign foreign players when they turn 18.
Well, he'll look like that's fine. He'll look like an idiot at the end of it. He'll look like an idiot at the start.
Which is why we've just signed that Daston Satpayev literally on the 12th when he turned 18.
Let him do that, because at the end you can laugh and go, did you not know?
Yeah,
Did
so
you
I
not
don't
know
think
this?"
generally, I don't think he can play until January.
Anyway, good, fine.
I don't know.
He's still got that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. Torrey George.
Sorry, George.
I went with Naomi.
Ooh. Interesting.
So, but I found this one like really hard because like breakthrough start.
That's the whole of Chelsea. Because everyone's new at Chelsea, so they are all at breakthrough start, technically.
Actually, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Downman just because the Arsenal
people
fans have been
today,
chopping so much about him.
But I mean,
Grant,
like,
Grant, all the times to say it, the crowd's gone, so you're allowed to say that. You put a caveat to down.
don't think it'll
Biggest
matter
flop.
So I read this as team, and I put it as Fulham.
I read it as a player, so I've gone with Gonzalo Garcia. For Fulham, who they've signed from Real Madrid.
James.
Yeah, so I've gone with the player. Forward for Fulham.
I went with team, and I put Newcastle.
Yeah. It was open to interpretation, by the way. It's good. Surprise of the season.
Look how kind of close that was anyway.
Yeah.
Fulham and then a
Fulham player, oh, yeah.
Surprise of the season. Take your time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think I said Chelsea because I think that Chelsea will mount a proper title race. And I think
Is that a surprise? Surely not.
No,
So-
I think most people don't expect that.
Do you
They
not?
expect them to finish, high, but title race maybe not.
I think people are secretly worried about Chelsea.
So they don't say it.
They won't say it because they know that I'll be like, yeah, you should be.
Yeah, you were saying this last season as well.
They'll talk
Chelsea.
about it behind my back. But they will be worried. So yeah, I don't
Never
think that's a
admit it to you.
surprise. I went with Bournemouth, but I think I would like to change that to Everton because I think Everton. Yeah, now that everyone was like, oh my god, you went with Eve. So I'm going to change it to Everton. So, yeah.
I mean, that would be.
What did we do?
Yes.
Oh my god! I said 7th, sorry. So yeah, so I'm going to change it to Everton. Everton are going to be the biggest surprise. I didn't realise they finished 13th last year or whatever it was. So
love
make a good point because they were in the relegation for a bit.
Chris.
Everton.
I've gone with Brentford. Is it gonna be a surprise finishing more or less where they finished last season?
Yeah. Just question yourself now, didn't you?
No, I'm
You're
backing
bang on.
myself.
That's why I've changed mine from Bournemouth because they finished where it did last season. So is that a surprise? No, Everton.
And the most useless award, Golden Boot. What do we reckon?
Holland.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland.
However, my prediction. João Pedro will score more non-penalty goals than Haaland this season.
You said this the other day.
You've got that on
He'll
record.
score more non-penalty goals than Haaland this season.
Guys, thank you. That's been locked in, like we know. And I'm sure we're going to come back to season awards at the end of the season. Basically.
Hope so, otherwise
Hope
it's
so.
all
Otherwise,
worthless.
what's the point in doing it? I ask that every day. Let's look ahead. Premier League. Back. Fun. That's exactly what we're here for. Hey, get the spirit animal out. Go for it. We're going to start on Friday night. Champions against newly promoted Coventry on that one.
Also champions.
Also champions. Champions versus champions. Very well. Thank you for correcting me there, James. Do we see this going any other way? Or could there be an upset? Not even that. Is it the fact Coventry could put in a good performance as well? Are we happy with it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, traditionally, Arsenal opening up their Premier League season, they've struggled in those matches. But based on that performance against City,
Yeah.
and then against, a worse team, I think it's going to be 4-0 Arsenal.
It's interesting because you're going to have Coventry coming up, bit between their teeth, frank point to prove, and with a team that's kind of coherent, they know what they're doing. James Virginia's anyway, they can do something for us.
Yeah, I think it's.
Bear in mind, Arsenal are at home as well.
Oh, that's it. So if it was the other way around, then I would have probably gone with a draw or a sneaky Coventry win. But listen, I'm fully expecting Frank Lampard to name himself on the bench. He's going to change to a player manager and he's going to come on and score a last-minute winner.
But in fairness, did you see something here? John Terry's apparently they've just signed him just to get him on the back. He's kidding. Dennis Rice is back.
Exactly.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Zola's apparently
Bringing the team
trip
back
too.
together, right?
Work. Just get checks, come back. They got the works out there. They're playing also with 22 players.
Yeah.
So
I think Arsenal will win the game, but it won't be 4-0. It'll be 1-0, 2-0.
Grom.
I see it. I think it'll be an easy win for Arsenal, actually.
Yeah, so nice and simple Friday night football. Unfortunately, a bit boring. Saturday, move on. Hull versus Man United, Everton, Palace, Ipswich, Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, and then Brentford, Tottenham. We'll focus on that one just to see the London derby as such. Two teams' points to prove, do we think? Like we said, big changes on one, good players, Brentford doing Brentford things, which I keep saying. Grant, do you think where that's going to go?
I think that's quite a hard one to call, actually. I can well see Brentford winning that game. But I don't think that means that's a disastrous start to Spurs' season. Brentford a decent team.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go for a Brentford win.
Strong.
I'll go for Brentford win as well because I think Tottenham are going to start very slowly.
Reckon?
And the fans are going to get on them straight away, and it's going to be. They'll get together eventually, but yeah, I think they're going to start off slowly. Brentford win.
I can see a Brentford win, but I'm going to go with the Spurs win because their away record last season was pretty good.
It was good, yeah.
I can't remember how they did against Brentford last season, but I just think
their
Spurs are
away
gonna be
record
better
was-
this season. So I think they'll sneak a win.
And their away record was, I think, was third or second in the league, which is
Yeah, their away record is what kept them up.
It was what kept it up.
Yeah, they got one win, one home win all season.
No, you know, kept them up. What's that?
Yeah,
Moving on Sunday, Brighton against Villa, Man City versus Bournemouth, Newcastle, Liverpool, probably the biggest one about. You could argue that Man City, Bournemouth is also a big one, but I think historically Newcastle, Liverpool, on the back obviously Keegan a couple of weeks ago, which played
That's
for
gonna be
the
huge.
club, so there's going to be a lot of emotion, and we know especially Liverpool do
Big tributes.
Yeah, they big tributes about a lot of things, and they pay homage rightly about certain things. But once you put that to one side, it's two clubs kind of in the same boat, not in a position in the league, but they have got a lot of change and stuff going on. So which way do you now go?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Just because I think Newcastle are the weaker of the
Newcastle are
two
home
teams.
as well.
Oh, that's all okay. It's always a difficult place to go, but I don't know what to make of Newcastle. I just don't think they're going to be that good this season, and I think Liverpool will just be that little bit better than them. Obviously, with my table prediction, so I think Liverpool will win.
James,
Newcastle win.
score?
3-1.
Like that. It's my favourite
Yeah,
result.
Liverpool going to start off slow as well, and I think despite all the changes at Newcastle, I think they're going to get it together. Yeah.
Grant.
St James's Park is a hard place to go. I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah.
1-1.
Let's stick on that for the day because I did gloss over Man City, Bournemouth. How important is it that City come back with something now?
It is. It's important.
Do they need to make a statement win?
They do, and they need to show that they have a better performance in them as well. I think maybe, the points will be the most important thing,
Yeah.
of course, but they need to have a better performance.
So there's lots of people that are questioning them now, aren't there?
Yeah.
Especially Jordan.
There are.
Mate, they need to.
Also, if they say that game goes wrong for them, and I'm not saying it will, I think they'll win that game. But say they lose that game, there'll be alarm bells going off everywhere, right? Because they played badly in the Charity Shield. They lose their first game to a team they shouldn't be losing against.
I think they've got. If it's
That's like panic. Is that like panic station?
If it's Bournemouth away.
It's Bournemouth away.
No, it's Bournemouth home. If it was Bournemouth away, you kind of give it a little bit more kind of buy because we know what it's like there.
But Bournemouth is still a good
at home.
team.
But at home.
Oh, they're a different animal.
Yeah, that's kind of it. City are meant to be winning. That's not.
What I'm saying is that like sometimes it happens, right? Like imagine that does go that way, then all of a sudden City are like, what the?
Yeah.
No, of course. That's what I'm saying. And then they'll be like, look, we need to get this person in, let's make some phone calls. And
the thing is, if it goes good for them, they're going to buy players. If it goes bad for them, they're going to buy double the amount of players anyway. They're always going to cash in whatever happens there. So, but yeah, I'm the same. I think they will. I think they're going to show up, but they need to show up. If they don't.
I think they'll win.
Yeah. Moving on to Monday, the last game of the weekend. Fulham at home to Chelsea. Always a good one. Always a good West London derby. I think it's going to be a Chelsea thing, guys. You disagree?
It'll be Chelsea. I would be shocked if it wasn't. But as James is going to say, I think historically Fulham played well in
they
that.
play well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I don't think that game is going to be indicative of Fulham's season.
No. But I think I was saying this earlier as well. In the last 5 games between the two teams, there's only been 1 goal in it.
Yeah.
And I think Fulham have won, 2 of the last 5?
Yeah,
Definitely the last one.
Done
And
a
then,
double over, something.
aye, something like that. So it's been
Yeah.
really close. Is it because that's a London derby?
Chelsea are a 10th place team. That's why.
Oh, they were.
What was that?
We think they'll be better this
Current.
season.
But also, this is a much weakened Fulham team
Yeah.
in terms of going forward.
Yeah, respectfully, if you don't absolutely batter them, sorry,
I don't think we'll batter them.
I think you need to start good.
We'll
I think
beat them. Revenge for last year. We'll beat them.
But it will be an easy game. They will turn
I
out.
think you still need to. I think you're in that moment. You need to make a good impression. If you kind of start, your fans are going to be the same. If you start not that good or it gets a bit, you're going to do it, and rightly so. You're critical, mate. But yeah, it's good now. But this first game, we'll see what happens there. I think that's it. I think we've done one. The sun's gone. Everything's gone. The cutting art's gone. Our fans, our groupies have all gone as well, apart from Big Dick Energy Richards over there. We are literally the last one standing. Final one from you lot. What are you looking forward to the most this season, without saying Chelsea?
What am I looking forward to the most? I'm just looking forward to seeing more Norwegian players in the Premier League. See how they get on.
Arsenal falling flat on their face.
I actually think that the relegation battle will be more interesting than it's been for a long time.
Great.
And I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, I'm with that. Albeit last season was very interesting.
Oh yeah, but
Don't take that away.
sadly it went the wrong way for you.
I have one thing there. Don't take that away from me. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Premier League football is back properly next weekend. We'll be back next week to pick through game week 1, find out which prediction all these, well, it's going to look ridiculous next week and by the end of the season. Thanks to the Oyster Catcher. They are having a good Oyster Fest from the 28th to the 31st, bank holiday weekend. Oysters, views, people, dancing girls, whatnot. Maybe the latter was wrong. But there will definitely be beers and views and oysters, so I can guarantee that much. Sue me if the other ones are right. Thank you very much, James, Grant, Jordan, Chris. Follow, like, subscribe on Insta, YouTube, and all the boring things and that. Gentlemen, thank you very much. See you next time.
See ya.